Hello, Wobbly Phil here. It's the 26th of June 1998. You're in New York City, and to cool down from the sweltering heat, you decide to stroll into the Guggenheim Museum. Inside, you're confronted by 114 magnificent motorcycles, dating from pre-20th century steam-powered velocipedes to a bang-up-to-date MV Agusta F4, all artistically displayed. No, this is not a dream brought on by excess consumption of cheese late at night after a day out on your pride and joy. This is an actual art exhibition with motorcycles as the exhibits, and it's ingeniously called The Art of the Motorcycle. In the small, shabby seaside town on the Kent coast in the south of England where I grew up, we had a motor museum. It had around 100 exhibits, many of them motorbikes. We weren't the only small town to have a motor museum. They seemed to spring up everywhere in the 1960s and 1970s, a symptom of the way in which the world had fallen in love with the internal combustion engine in the 20th century. Some of my best childhood memories were of visiting the daddy of them all here in the UK, Bewley. Nowadays, of course, art galleries are everywhere. Not long after the 85-year-old Gipper, who ran my local motor museum, gave up his 200-mile commute to open it every day, an art gallery was proposed. Sadly, not in the same venue though. No, it had to be designed by an award-winning architect and built from scratch at vast expense, and the abandoned motor museum was left to rot. But in 1998, motorised transport and the art world got it on for a brief fling. And it wasn't just a cheap quickie on that bit of wasteland round the back of the gasworks. It was a full-on multi-million-dollar affair, attracting the arty glitterati of New York. So, what would you have seen at the Guggenheim in 1998? Well, as you might expect, it being a few years before YouTube and smartphones came along, there's not much moving image of the exhibition. That said, there are some stills, and a few kind souls have uploaded their grainy camcorder footage of what they saw. Here's the best of the bunch. But, as we used to ask on the nightly news, whenever an artist dumped a pile of builder's rubble in the middle of the Tate Gallery, is it art? Well, the art world snobs said not. They tend to be snotty about the distinction between art and design. The Guggenheim director at the time was himself a motorcycle enthusiast. The show's sponsor was BMW, and it coincided with the 50th, 75th and 90th anniversaries of Honda, BMW and Harley-Davidson respectively, all of which engendered some raised eyebrows, but it attracted an astonishing 1.6 million visitors during its run and subsequent international tour, which ended at the now-defunct Guggenheim Las Vegas. What do I think? Well, to me, just about anything on two wheels is a thing of beauty made by humans, and if that's your definition of art, then count me in. Motorcycles are mostly mass-produced though, so if your definition of art excludes such objects, then I guess we'll have to count you out. What do you think? As ever, drop me a line in the comments. I read them all and respond to most. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please consider liking, subscribing, commenting and sharing to let YouTube know we're doing something right here at 3 Phils. Thank you.